Hey everyone, welcome back. We are diving deep today into how technology is changing up the world of in-home care.
Yeah, in-home care.
And we've got some pretty fascinating stuff to talk about today.
Absolutely.
All about a company called Cater to You and how they managed to tackle this a pretty big operational hurdle they were facing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get right into it. So Cater to You, they were really struggling with keeping track of all their client information and the services they were providing.
Yeah, and this is something that a lot of in-home care providers actually face.
Absolutely. It's such a crucial part of the whole industry.
Absolutely crucial. You need to have accurate documentation and everything,
Yeah.
both for the quality of care you're giving, but also to make sure you are compliant with all those regulations.
Speaking of compliance,
Right?
EVV, electronic visit verification,
Oh, yeah.
that was a really big part of their challenge.
Huge.
And according to our sources, Cater to You decided to implement this platform called allGeo Field Workforce Automation.
Interesting. Yeah.
So what's the deal with allGeo? What is it all about?
Well, this is where things get really, really cool.
Okay.
So basically, Cater to You, they had their caregivers start using this app
Oh.
to track all their visits. And they're doing this in real time,
So
which means no more like mountains of paperwork and trying to keep track of everything manually.
that's got to be a relief.
Oh, absolutely. And the best part, allGeo actually has a built-in EVV system.
Oh, wow.
So they can like easily export all that important data they need straight to the state.
So I know you mentioned data and exporting to the state and things.
Right.
Our sources also mentioned that allGeo has all these different types of reports.
Oh, yeah. Tons of them.
What kind of insights can Cater to You get from these reports? Like, what is all this data telling them?
Well, think of it this way. They can use that data to really understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like maybe they can see patterns in the visits or, maybe certain times a day or days of the week that are busier than others. And that can help them plan better, right?
Yeah.
Optimize those caregiver schedules
Oh,
and make sure they're like using their resources the best way possible.
interesting.
And even more than that, it can help them spot any potential issues.
Like what kind of issues?
Well, maybe a caregiver is consistently late or there are gaps in service.
Oh, okay.
And they can address those problems before they snowball into bigger things.
So it's almost like a preventative
Exactly.
measure.
Exactly. And honestly, that peace of mind, it's not just valuable for the company, but also for the families they're serving too.
That's a good point.
Because knowing that their loved one is being taken care of and their care is being so carefully managed, that's got to be huge for them.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a big part of this whole shift we're seeing with technology and healthcare, right? It's not just about, making businesses run smoother.
Right.
It's about improving people's lives in a very real, tangible way.
Exactly. So we've talked a lot about Cater to You using allGeo.
Right.
But what about allGeo itself?
Yeah.
The source material mentioned that they're involved in a lot more than just in-home care.
Oh, absolutely.
So what else do they do?
Well, this case study focuses on the in-home care industry, but the technology that allGeo provides actually has applications in lots of other areas.
Interesting.
What we're really talking about here is field service management.
Right.
And allGeo offers a whole bunch of tools for all sorts of industries.
Like what?
Well, they have things like scheduling tools,
Okay.
time clocks, tracking, monitoring,
Wow.
mileage tracking, dispatch messaging, mobile forms,
Okay.
event-based alerts, reporting. The list goes on and on.
So it sounds like any business that has employees out in the field could potentially benefit from this.
Potentially. Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing to think about, like, what other industries could really use similar solutions.
It really is. Real-time tracking, the customized reports, the automation.
Yeah.
Those are things that can benefit tons of different businesses.
Yeah. And help them improve how they do things overall.
So to kind of wrap things up here, it sounds like Cater 2 is able to achieve some pretty impressive results.
Yeah, they did.
By implementing allGeo. More efficient tracking, smoother EVV processes, and they made sure they were meeting those compliance standards.
Right.
It's really cool to see how technology can have such a positive impact on this industry.
And that's what's so exciting about these kinds of innovations, right? They have the potential to completely change how things are done.
Yeah.
Not just in in-home care, but in tons of other fields as well.
It really makes you think.
Doesn't it?
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive today.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
See you then.